Hi YouTube, and welcome back to part 4 of WinCC for Siemens S7. In the last videos we just started a project by creating an empty project from here, and then we saved it, and what we're going to do is go to that same project again, and we're going to open it up so we can go to the top one here of open the most recently edited project, and we see that our last one was the YouTube WinCC HMI. So we'll click onto that, and it just takes a few seconds to open up. And what we're going to do today is look at integrating it to an existing project that you have in your S7 Manager. So you've written a program in for your PLC, and obviously you'll be working these two at the same time. You'll kind of be working both writing the software and writing the HMI at the same time. So what we're going to do is integrate the two together and create a single project for this. Now, the benefits of this, a lot of people don't like doing this because it tends to make the program very big, your project very big, which is fine to one extent, because keeping them as separate projects allows you to store them on smaller devices. This was true in the days when you were using Pro Tool or something like that, and you were using a lot of floppy disks or whatever. Now with the fact that you've got CDs and memory sticks, the size of the project really doesn't matter now. So I tend to integrate everything into a single project so that I can access it from Manager. Here we go, it's taken a little bit of time. If you've watched some of my S7 Manager videos, you'll realise that very early on in the videos I explained that S7 Manager is, by the nature of what it's called, a manager. It allows you to integrate more than just your PLC program. It allows you to integrate your HMI, your C-Motion if you are doing drives, and various other OPCs and everything else, all into one single project. So what we're basically going to do, as we've seen here, we've put our little buttons on, and we did a template and this, that and the other. So what we're now going to do is we're going to integrate it into a project. So if we go to project up at the top here, scroll down, you will find integrate into step 7. Okay, so if we click that, this does take a couple of minutes to do. It just depends on how fast your computer is. When you get this little window that opens, it will show you all of the projects that you have on the hard drive, okay, through its default directory for saving the files. So if you scroll through to the side here, we will find, there we go, our YouTube Profibus project. Select the project that you want to integrate it to and just click OK. Now it goes through this process of executing the integration, and this is where it takes a few minutes. So while we're waiting for that to happen, the main question is going to be, what's the advantage of integrating the project? Well, it's quite simple, and we'll show you this when we come to do some of the tagging for the buttons. One of the main advantages is that when you integrate it, not only does it put it into a single project that is viewable from your S7 Manager, what it also does is it imports things like your symbols table. So all of the symbols that you have used in your PLC program are now accessible directly by the HMI. We'll show you this a little later, but basically, if I press a button on the HMI, I am going to set either a memory bit high or a dB bit high, or even I'm going to set it low, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to switch something on or off. Now, I could just write the HMI as a separate project, and then I have to have my PLC program with me, and I look through the program and I say, right, I want to set M2.0 high. And I can just type in M2.0 into the HMI, and because we've connected it to that PLC, it will set M2.0 high regardless. But by integrating it, it means that we can select everything directly from the symbols table. So it imports the name, the comment, the symbol name, all of those details get dragged into your HMI. So you don't have to type them a second time. That's one of the most useful parts of integrating it. It's taken a little longer than I thought this was today. It must be the camera software that's taken a little bit of time to do this. So that's part of really one of the main advantages of integrating the two together. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to put this on pause and I'm going to allow it to finish its execution, and then we'll show you what we mean about the symbols table. See you shortly. Okay guys, we're back. It's managed to do the integration now, so everything should be integrated. Now I haven't checked this, so let's go and see. So I'm going to just minimize that for the moment, and if we go to Start, All Programs, Somatic, and go down to our Somatic Manager, we'll open this up, and yeah, it'll probably take a few seconds here as well. But now what it's going to do is it should, if everything's worked okay, it should open up as our project page, and there we go. We see that our project has opened up as a default project because that was the last project I had. But if you notice here, we now have the HMI that's been added to our project. Prior to this, it wasn't there. Okay, so now you have access from your S7 Manager to your screens that we saw there, our main, our overview, screen 3 and our templates, communications and tags, etc. Now the main thing about this is that when you will only see this section, this device 1 or whatever you've called the device, you will only see this providing you have WinCC on your laptop or your computer. If you don't have WinCC, when you open up this YouTube project, it will come up with a little window just to say to you, hey, you have a project here with a device on it that we have no software loaded on the computer for. Okay, so if you don't have WinCC installed, it'll just tell you that you have a missing package of WinCC, and you will not be able to view any of those WinCC items. Well, that's fine, that's no big deal. You just won't be able to edit any of that. So if you pass the project on to somebody else and they don't have WinCC, they can still get at the PLC software, but they won't be able to change anything on your project. But if you have your WinCC installed, and any other software for that matter installed on your laptop, any devices that use that software will show in your directory tree here. Okay, so there we go. That's simply how to integrate that WinCC project into your PLC project. You'll also notice that while it's configured it, it's put in here WinCC Flexible RT. RT is runtime, and when you download to your screen, the RT, it's the best way of explaining it is it's a compiled version of your WinCC project. Okay, and that compiled version is the thing that is going to run. It's like an execute file. That is the bit that's actually going to run on your HMI itself. Alright, so there we go. I hope that's been a bit useful. I tend to use this a lot and integrate everything. I wouldn't worry too much about the project getting too big. If it gets so big that you can't fit it on a CD, then okay, I appreciate keeping everything separate. But to be quite honest, this does help you a lot, and we'll see on the next video what that has done for us to be able to integrate the symbol table, to integrate this symbol table from your PLC into being accessible by WinCC. Alright, so we'll see you on the next video, and yeah, any questions or comments, please leave them and I will try and answer them as soon as